Welcome to Crime Story with Camila, where we dive deep into the most chilling and mysterious true crime cases. If you love real-life crime stories, make sure to like, subscribe, and share so you never miss an update. Your support helps us bring you the most in-depth investigations and untold stories. On a warm December evening in San Antonio, Texas, a little girl walked out of her apartment complex and was never seen again. No scream, no struggle, no witnesses who could say for sure what happened. Her name was Lina Sardar Khil. She was just 3 years old. Tonight, we examine a disappearance that shattered a family, haunted a city, and remains one of America's most disturbing unsolved child cases. This is the story of Lina Khil. Before Lina became a headline, before she became a missing person, before her name echoed through press conferences and police scanners, she was just a little girl. Lina Sardar Khil was 3 years old, small, curious, bright-eyed. Her family had come to America searching for safety, escaping violence, instability, and fear in their homeland. They believed the United States would be different, a place where children could grow without danger, a place where innocence would be protected. Lina loved cartoons. She loved to run ahead of everyone, always wanting to see what was around the corner. She was fearless in the way only toddlers are, too young to understand strangers, too young to recognize threats. To her parents, Lina was everything. Their joy, their future, their proof that starting over had been worth it. And that's what makes what happened next so unbearable. Because Lina didn't disappear from a dark alley or an abandoned road. She vanished from a place that was supposed to be safe, a home. In just a few moments, Lina's world and her family's would be shattered forever. December 20th, 2021. It was an ordinary evening, the kind that disappears into memory without leaving a mark. Parents were returning from work. Doors opened and closed. Dinner smells drifted through the hallways. Outside the Villas del Cabo apartments, children were playing. Among them was Lina. She wasn't alone at first. Other children were nearby, riding bikes, running, laughing. For them, it was just another evening. But Lina was younger than the rest. Smaller, slower. At some point, she drifted away from the group. No one remembers exactly when. No one can say who saw her last. That moment, that gap in time, is where everything goes wrong. As daylight faded, Lina's mother realized something was wrong. Her daughter wasn't answering when she was called. She wasn't with the other children. At first, there was hope. Maybe she'd gone inside a neighbor's apartment. Maybe she was hiding. But minutes passed. Then more minutes. Panic set in. Parents rushed outside. Neighbors joined the search. They checked hallways, stairwells, parking lots, calling her name again and again. No response. No footprints. No cries for help. Just silence. By the time police were called, Lina had already vanished. Not miles away. Not across state lines. Gone. From a space smaller than a football field. In the hours that followed, one terrifying truth became clear. Whatever happened to Lina happened fast, and whoever was responsible didn't leave a trace. Red and blue police lights wash over the apartment complex. Crowds gather behind yellow tape. Phones held up, recording. Within hours of Lina's disappearance, San Antonio changed. What began as a missing child report became a citywide emergency. Police flooded the Villas del Cabo apartments. 9 units were deployed. Helicopters took to the sky. Every second mattered. But almost immediately, investigators ran into a chilling problem. The dogs picked up Lina's scent, and then it stopped. Inside the apartment complex, no trail leading outward. No clear direction. It was as if Lina had simply vanished. That discovery changed everything. Because if Lina didn't leave on her own, then someone took her. An Amber Alert was issued across Texas. Lina's face appeared on highway signs, on cell phones, on television screens. Parents pulled their children closer. Strangers scanned crowds for a little girl in pink. The city held its breath. Police searched dumpsters, drainage areas, nearby buildings. Officers went door to door. Neighbors were questioned again and again. But answers refused to come. As the night dragged on, fear settled in. This wasn't just a missing child case anymore. It was something darker. Something no one wanted to say out loud. By morning, Lina still hadn't been found. And the longer she was gone, the harder it became to believe she would be found alive. In the days after Lina vanished, investigators searched for something, anything, that could explain how a child disappeared without a sound. They turned to the cameras, apartment security footage, nearby businesses, street cameras, hour after hour, frame by frame. And then, they saw him. He wasn't running. He wasn't hiding. He walked calmly, alone, through the complex on the same evening Lina disappeared. At first glance, it didn't seem like much, until police realized something disturbing. He didn't live there. His name was Jesse Matthew Vela, 37 years old, and already known to law enforcement. Vela was a registered sex offender, convicted years earlier of kidnapping and sexual assault, crimes involving a child. Suddenly, the video didn't feel harmless anymore. It felt like a warning no one noticed in time. Police traced his movements. They learned he had been in the area multiple times, watching, lingering, not rushing. When police confronted him, he denied any involvement. He claimed he had nothing to do with Lina's disappearance. But investigators weren't convinced. They arrested him, not for Lina, but on unrelated charges. And then, something chilling happened. Vela stopped talking. No confession, no explanation, just silence. A man with a violent past, caught on camera near a missing child. Yet still, no direct proof. And in true crime, suspicion alone is never enough. The question now wasn't who police were watching. It was, what was he hiding? Investigators believed they were close. They had a man with a violent past. They had surveillance footage. They had timing that didn't make sense. What they didn't have was proof. Jesse Matthew Vela was questioned again and again. Where had he gone that night? Why was he there? Who had he been watching? But the answers never came. He denied everything. Then he said nothing at all. Silence can be a weapon, and Vela used it well. Police searched areas connected to him. Vehicles, properties. They looked for signs of a struggle. For clothing, for blood. They found nothing. No physical evidence tying him to Lina. No trace of the child anywhere. Outside the interrogation room, pressure mounted. The public wanted answers. The media wanted accountability. And Lina's family wanted their daughter back. Police walked a careful line. They acknowledged Vela as a person of interest, but stopped short of naming him responsible, because in court, facts matter more than fear. And so the case began to stall, not because investigators stopped trying, but because the truth refused to surface. Behind closed doors, someone knew what happened to Lina, but they weren't talking. And without a confession, without evidence, the silence grew heavier than any lie. Candlelight vigil at night. Stuffed animals, flowers, and handwritten notes placed on the ground. A small pair of shoes sits untouched. When the searches ended each night, Lina's family went home. But home was no longer the same. Every corner held her presence. Every toy waited for hands that never returned. For Lina's parents, the pain was constant, waking and sleeping with the same unanswered question. Where is our daughter? They had escaped war, crossed borders, risked everything, believing America would keep their children safe. Instead, they were left with silence. Through translators, Lina's mother begged for help. Her voice shook. Her words broke apart. She asked strangers to look, to remember Lina's face, to speak up if they knew anything. There is a particular cruelty in not knowing. No answers. No goodbye. No place to grieve. Only waiting. The community rallied around the family. Vigils were held. Prayers were whispered. But as days turned into weeks, hope grew thinner. And still, the family refused to stop believing. Because for a parent, letting go feels worse than any truth. The search for Lina did not end when the headlines faded. It only became quieter. Law enforcement expanded their efforts, far beyond the apartment complex. Landfills were searched. Rivers and drainage systems were checked. Wooded areas were combed, inch by inch. Every call brought a rush of hope. Every tip felt like this could be it. But hope in this case came with a cost. Most leads went nowhere. Some were misunderstandings. Others were cruel rumors. A child seen in a store. A figure matching her description miles away. Each time, investigators followed up. Each time, they came back empty-handed. For Lina's family, every false lead reopened the wound. Each call forced them to relive the worst moment of their lives, over and over again. But they kept answering. Because what if the next one was real? As weeks turned into months, the searches slowed. Resources were redirected, manpower thinned. The case wasn't closed, but it was cooling. And that's when the pain changed. From shock to exhaustion. From fear to quiet despair. Still no Lina. Still no answers. Only the echo of her name, calling out into empty space. An empty playground at dusk. A swing moving slightly in the wind. When a case goes cold, it doesn't end. It just changes shape. The searchlights turn off. The crowds go home. But the questions stay. How did Lina disappear without anyone seeing her? Did she wander off on her own? Or did someone gain her trust, call her over, take her hand? Investigators believe whatever happened quickly. No cries, no struggle. And in the video, why was he there? Why that evening? Why that place? And if he knows something, why hasn't he spoken? Without evidence, suspicion fades in the eyes of the law. But in the minds of the public, it never fully disappears. The hardest question of all, is Lina still alive? No remains have ever been found. No definitive answers given. Which means hope, however painful, still exists. And as long as hope exists, so does waiting. The disappearance of Lina Sardar Khil is not just a mystery. It is a wound that never closed. A child vanished in a place meant to be safe, surrounded by people, captured on cameras, and yet, never found. The investigation exposed cracks in the system. A known predator walked freely. Warnings came too late. Questions were answered with silence. And the truth was buried beneath technicalities and time. Someone knows what happened to Lina. Someone made choices that night. Choices that changed everything. And whether that truth is hidden behind fear, guilt, or deceit, it still exists. Justice has not been served. No arrests for Lina. No closure for her family. Only an empty space where a child should be growing up. Until the truth is exposed. Until deceit is stripped away. Lina's story remains unfinished. And the question still echoes. Where is Lina? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any update.